Today we're going to talk about affordable housing.
Oh, yeah.
So we all know, and I think it's something we learn fairly quickly when we get into property development. That when there is a site that has outline planning or full planning, every now and then this affordable housing thing comes up, and that means bad news. So, but can we just go back one step and say, okay, what is this affordable housing and how it can be it can be delivered?
We only kind of think it's bad news because it's stuff that is discounted.
Mm-hmm.
However, take a step back from that, and actually, so the planning process in this country. So we have a problem here in the UK.
Only one,
and that is we can't house enough people. And not only that, land economics are such that you can't house people profitably for the developer and affordably for the majority of the end users. So, quick little anecdote, just to give you a kind of ratio type thing. So, when I was a kid, which wasn't that long ago, and I bought my first house, the ratio of my income to the house, if I took, we had a ratio that allowed us to borrow. I think it was 3 times my salary and 1 times my wife's salary, and our house purchase fitted within that. There are many places in the UK where if you take the average earnings, then that ratio has gone from 3 and a little bit to 1 to 8 to 1, mm-hmm. and nobody's going to lend you 8 times your salary.
No.
So it's become a real problem. So the government addressed this by means of burdening the land. Burdening the title of a site. So in order to grant planning consent, they would make that subject to the signing of a Section 106 agreement in England, a Section 75 agreement in Scotland. And these respective agreements effectively imposed upon any future development that if the development, a certain percentage, if you like, of the homes delivered had to be affordable. Now, affordable in itself is a fairly broad category. To break that down into very, very simple steps, the best way of describing it is you've got certain types of tenure. They fall into 2 rough categories. So houses that can be rented, so new houses built that can be rented, and then also they also fall into the shared ownership context. They are always delivered by a registered social landlord. And in the UK, that tends to be a housing association. These housing associations split up all over the place, and they all have their own rules of engagement. But fundamentally, they tend to be region specific. So they tend to operate in different regions up and down the country. And so what you've got to know, wherever you're developing, is you've got to know who your housing associations are that are going to take your properties from you. It's not all bad news though, mm-hmm. because first of all, they assist the planning process. So you will get planning if you go with the requisite number of affordable housing units. But even then, the kind of way that they are, they are purchased from you is you get bids from these housing associations, and they will then, upon signing an agreement, they'll give you a 10% commitment, mm-hmm. which for new homes up here in England or in Scotland isn't normally the way. You normally pay a very small deposit and then you pay the balance right at the end. Mm-hmm. In this case, you're getting a reasonable chunk of money up front, which is a help. So, okay. Yeah. So